2006 GMC Sierra with Chevy Silverado. Chevy Silverado. Jamie, what size are those caliper bolts?
That is 19, bud.
19 millimeter on those caliper bolts. Come over to the other side with me. Caliper bolts there and there. Take them off.
That never happens.
They took that caliper off by hand, people.
That sort of thing never happens.
All right, let's get that caliper backed in and get these mounting bracket bolts off. There's two of them.
That'll be a 17.
18.
18?
18. Bolt there and a bolt there. Sorry, the light's in the way. This mounting bracket's coming off because we're changing the rotors.
Excuse me.
Mounting bracket's about to come off here, folks. There's the mounting bracket off. You may still have retaining bolts in your rotor. Make sure you take those out if you still have them. Here's our caliper. We're going to compress the caliper. This is a little caliper compression tool. Turns the pistons in. You see it's dual piston. And they are squeezing in. You can also use a variety of tools. We got a professional tool kit. We've got C-clamps you can use to press those pistons in. Use the old pad as a plate. And if you're feeling frisky, you can even use some big jaws to press them in. Pop the hardware clips out of there. Got premium pads to replace these. Comes with new hardware. If you're not replacing your hardware, make sure you clean them up good, make sure they're in good condition. And we're gonna clean all the rust out of these ear grooves right here. I'm gonna use my Dremel tool, you can use a wire brush or whatever. We're gonna pop these sliders out. This one's frozen in, so we'll have to put it in the bench vise and try to get it to free up. We're gonna clean these up and put new high temp silicone-based brake grease in them. You can get little packages from the auto parts store. We buy them in big bottles. But there we go. Let's get this bracket cleaned up. Jamie already hammered the rotor off. Took him about 3 or 4 hits. So the rotor is off. He's going to go and clean up this hub with the wire wheel. We got the piston pressed in. We're going to put a little bit of that brake grease on the piston face and the ears. Hey guys, we put a little bit of grease on that caliper. Got our new rotor just sitting there. Helps put a lug nut in just to hold it still. Got our caliper mounting bracket here. Got a little squealer tab on the upper inside pad. This is going to be the outside that you see looking at the rotor. And we got the new hardware in there. We put a little bit of grease in between the caliper bracket and the hardware and the pad ear and the hardware to keep it from rusting in the future. So you just slide these pads right in. Watch out for these little clips. It kind of holds them in. So you put one side in, then you kind of press down on this clip right here, pop it in. Now we're going to slide this caliper mounting bracket right over that rotor and put the 2 bolts in. I forgot to film the rest. Put the 2 bolts in. Put your caliper over it. Put the 2 bolts in the caliper. Make sure the mounting bracket bolts are super tight. And if those caliper bolts spin on you, use a 19 millimeter wrench on the inside of the hardware so they don't keep spinning. Make sure they're nice and tight. Don't snap them off in there. Don't put a breaker bar on them. Jeez. All right. Now that our caliper's back on, make sure you pump the brake pedal before you take off or you're going to have no brakes. And, yeah. Throw your tire back on. Bleed the brakes if you want to. Lots of videos on that. Go check it out. And have a great day, guys. Sorry I forgot to film it.